A projectile is fired horizontally from a launching device exiting with speed v sub x. While the projectile is in the launching device, the impulse imparted to it is j sub p, and the average force on it is F sub average. Assume the force becomes zero just as the projectile reaches the end of the launching device. Express your answers to A and B in terms of Vx, Jp, V average, and fundamental constants as appropriate. Cannot stress this enough. In terms of these variables. So anything else that shows up immediately makes your answer invalid. Part A. Determine an expression for the time required for the projectile to travel the length of the launching device. Well, in general, J is the integral of f dt. And so talking about the average force, we can just say it's the same as F average times delta t. So the magnitude J imparted is F average times the time. And say, well, the time, we'll call time 1. So this would just be Jp over F average. The rubric says you get 1 point for a correct equation relating force, time, and impulse, and 1 point for solving it for delta t, which is kind of interesting. They also say, maybe more interestingly, that you could solve it acceptably by using kinematics and the second law by saying that Vx is the average acceleration times time. But the average acceleration is the average force over the mass. And so we have delta t is mvx over F average, but mvx is just Jp over F average. We end up in the same place, you get the same points. Part B, determine an expression for the mass of the projectile. So we say that J is delta P. So the Jp that we found here is mvx minus m times 0, which is mvx, or m is Jp over Vx. And again, you get a point for indicating J is delta P and a point for solving for it. So 4 easy points. And they say, sort of offhandedly, you could keep going through Newton's law and kinematics as well. The projectile is fired horizontally into a block of wood that is clamped to a tabletop so that it cannot move. The projectile travels distance d into the block before it stops. Express all algebraic answers to the following in terms of d and the given quantities previously indicated as appropriate. So that would be, we could also use fx, vx, f average, and jp. But for instance, we shouldn't use m or delta t. Part C. Derive an expression for the work done in stopping the projectile. Well, remember that now we have a thing which is traveling with speed vx at the start, and then at rest at the end, having traveled a distance d. And the work done is delta k. So it ends at rest, and it starts with a half mvx square. So the work is minus a half mvx square. But m is not an acceptable variable. So we have to say minus a half. Hey, we found that that was jp over vx times vx squared, or at the end, minus a half jp vx. The rubric says that you get 1 point for saying the work energy theorem. Work is delta k. You get another point for substituting the expression for m, and then you get a third point for showing the work is negative. You could also go through kinematics and second law. In this case, you're going to use the v squared equation to get the average acceleration, set that the force is equal to the mass times the average acceleration, and then have to integrate f dot dx to get the whole thing. It's a lot more work, but you still just get the 3 points. Part D. Derive an expression for the average force F sub b exerted on the projectile as it comes to rest in the block. So here we're probably going to go through something like saying, well, the work done is going to be FB times the distance is really the integral of F dot dr. But we're looking for the F average, so we can just take that outside. So we get that minus a half times JP times VX is, and really I'm going to put a minus sign here and I'm going to find the magnitude. They weren't clear about that, but in general they do want that. So we'll have minus FB times D, or FB is 1, or is JP VX over 2D. The rubric says you get 1 point for using FB as the average force in the equation for work, and we're saying work equals FB times D. And you get 1 point for substituting your expression from part C as the work, and they say here with or without a negative sign, meaning they recognize in the grading that they had been unclear. So if you had FB as minus JP VX over 2D, you would also have gotten full credit. Now, a new projectile and block are used, identical to the first ones, but the block is not clamped to the table. The projectile is again fired into the block of wood and travels a new distance d, sub n, into the block while the block slides across the table a short distance, capital D. Assume the following. The projectile enters the block with speed v sub x. The average force F sub b between the block and projectile has the same value as determined in part D. The average force of friction between the table and the block is F sub t, and the collision is instantaneous, so that the frictional force is negligible during the collision. Okay, well, let's still use that the total work done is delta K, which is K final minus K initial, which is minus K initial because K final is 0. And the total work done is going to be the work done by the block plus the work done by friction on the whole thing. So, putting all these together, we have the K initial plus the work done by the block plus the work done by friction has to be 0. Now, the work done by the block is going to be minus F sub b times the new distance into which it pierces. And the work done by friction is going to be the force of the table's friction times the distance. How about the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy is going to be the work we had before, which was FB times little b. And then we just, quote unquote, we just solve for d sub n. So maybe we move this entire term to the other side, and we get FB d sub n equals FB times D minus F times T, F of T times big D, or kind of crazy, dN is FB times little d minus FT times big D all over F sub B, which you could write as D minus FT over FB times big D. This is clearly something that somebody wrote saying, hey, look at how neat this is. It's the original distance minus sort of some proportion of the two frictional forces. Is this really deep? Probably not, but somebody on the committee liked it. How'd the rubric break down? Well, let's see. You got 1 point for correctly relating the initial kinetic energy of the projectile to the work done on the block by the projectile and the work done by the block on the friction. In other words, using the work energy theorem. You got 1 point for substituting for the work done by the block on the projectile lost to heat in the block projectile collision. In other words, FB times D sub n. So you got 1 point for this bit. You got another point for saying that the work done by friction with the table is this bit. And you got your 4th point for substituting in and solving all the rest of it. So they did note that full credit could not be earned for writing the equation. Which equation? This equation. That if all you did was start from here, you would not get full credit. The student needs to have some indication the work energy theorem is being applied and that FD was associated with the initial kinetic energy. So, so they were looking for a little bit more. Part F. Derive an expression for d sub n in terms of big D, the mass of the projectile, and the mass m of the block. Our first thing is to say that we have this thing colliding in, and then it's stuck in here, where here we had Vx, and here we're going to have some final velocity before it starts sliding, and then it slides some distance, and it's at rest. All right, but in here, there's a collision process, sort of an instantaneous collision process. In fact, I should say really that this is the arrow is still part of this. So in this first bit, we're going to do that the mass of the bullet or the dart times its velocity has to be their total mass times their final velocity together. Maybe VS is a terrible name, so let's call it V1. And so after the collision, they're moving at a speed, a combined speed, which is lower by that factor. And then the kinetic energy, right? And then we say, well, that gives us a kinetic energy, which is 1/2 their combined mass times that times V1 squared. And that kinetic energy has to equal the work done by the table. All right, the block and projectile together have to give up all that energy by friction. So we end up doing a little bit more substitution. We have 1/2 the sum of the masses times this ratio is FTD. So when all is said and done, we have something like, if we pull all these things out, oops, that ratio, that should be squared in that ratio, then we have something like m over big M plus little m times 1/2 mvx squared is ft times d. But we've done this a couple times. We see that this thing, remember, is really fb times little d. So I have the mass ratio times that, and that's equals ftd, which from the previous equation we had found was fb times little d minus fb times little d sub n. The fb's cancel out. I guess that's nice. So we have little m over big M plus little m times d equals d minus d sub n. Now it's relatively easy algebra to say that dn is d minus the mass ratio times d. So we get that little dn is d times 1 minus little m over big M plus little m, something like that. And that gets us the d sub n in terms of the things we wanted. Yeah, that part is a little bit of madness. It's only worth 2 points. It's a lot of work. It's kind of conceptually strange. Somebody on the committee had a bee in their bonnet and wanted to write this very complicated question and sadly convinced everybody else. They do say that because the works of part E and F are interrelated, the two parts are scored as a whole, so credit is earned for work in part F even when it is shown in part E and vice versa, which is not unusual, but these are the same kind of problems. So yeah.